see it.
All right. It's been a minute, but we are back, and I hope that we are ready to watch Wife Swap, because the last episode seemed to do nicely. So I figured, why not repeat what worked, right? All right. We are on season 1, by the way, Wife Swap again on Hulu. And also, I don't know if this promotion is still going, but there is some kind of a discount now if you bundle Showtime and Paramount Plus. We already had both, but I was getting Showtime through Amazon, and it was cheaper to go ad-free, so now we are ad-free with Paramount Plus. I'm that bougie person that I hate. Anyway, we are on Hulu watching Wife Swap, Season 1, Episode 5. I'm going to give you a moment before we go ahead and hit play. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. All right. And I totally forgot to turn on my sound. For you soundbar fanatics out there, yeah, me too. Got an Aldi commercial. Who would ever thought? I don't remember seeing Aldi commercials as a child. I used to think that Aldi's was a Hispanic grocery store because I only ever saw Hispanic people going inside. Till one day, my grandmother told me that she bought something in Aldi's, and I was like, what are you doing in there? You're black. The Stallones sound Italian, look, and forgive me, a little bit like monkeys? They live on a diet of meat. Maybe that's why they look like monkeys. You know, cute kids for such unattractive parents. Oh, God, Dad. Gross. That second house looks like it stinks. The first house probably stinks too. Yeah, that is much different. What is this screaming black voodoo doll on the wall over here? I can't wake up and see that. I need to put a sheet over it. Gross. Would you mind sweeping? No. I'm going to meditate on it. I would love for you to flush. His face at the idea of having to flush his feces. It's privilege. That's a child? For some reason, I thought she was another adult. Maybe it was the breast. Maybe it's because her face looked 32. She doesn't deserve to talk to you like that. She deserves to talk to me a lot worse. You've been here a week. Are you not cleaning? I hope she got those tattooed. By those, I'm talking about her eyes. It was either eyeshadow that takes a lot of time. You know, 80s haircut aside, mom's got a pretty rockin' bod. Good for her. And makeup aside. Oh, okay. Well, she's a neat freak, but those people still look like they were filthy. I mean, you know what? It doesn't seem like she works. So I can't knock you keeping a clean house like that. Good on you. Now, cooking nothing but meat all the time is crazy. My wife makes chicken cutlets. It's interesting that that's what people like because she calls it fried chicken, which I think we all know what fried chicken is, but that's their version. I mean, I know you're at home, but she's rocking a lot of cleavage around children. Like, you always in tight stuff around the house? You don't ever put on like a nice t shirt or. And I know it's tighter with the thing in the back, but I'm just like, you got your. Like, look at her daughter, granted. The breasts clearly run in the family, which good for them. The boy's not getting anything great from the genes, though. Like, the dad is. No shit. He took off his jacket like he hates being home. He took off his jacket, sat down, and just ate. Must be an interesting marriage. How was your day? Meat. Oh, God. Why would they even let them show the inside of that toilet? Adolfo. He looks like an Adolfo. That can't be his given name. Hey, you are 18 types of crazy. I mean, he should be a genius because that head is nothing to be taken lightly. How are you paying your bills? Because meditation doesn't get you paid. One of you works. As a poet and an all around artist, that man's selling drugs. Now get up, I gotta finish this poem. It's a poem about madness, mostly my morning. So there is a TV, you just don't watch it unless it's the weekend. Say that. When you started to cook that broccoli, I believe it stopped living. That's just me. Oh, you don't have a headboard or anything, huh? I don't think that poetry's paying well. I need somebody to come in my house, tell me what a disaster it is. You people have roaches. I didn't know they had roaches in California. Gross. Cook for your father. Passing on these rolls. If your father's had a tough day, just give him a back massage and don't be a bitch about it, okay? Oh, you recognize clean, you say. This is how they greeted you. Yeah. Go look in that bathroom where the streaks are. I mean, a lot of Italian Americans are racist, but even if you aren't, that black face on the flag sitting on the wall, they look very. They look almost white. They're not going to accept you. Is that what you're concerned about? Or are you concerned that you already don't accept them? I know that there's a touch of black in here, and if there's a little bit, that's too much for me. Oh my God. 6:30 in the morning? Hey, like you might enjoy spending all day with your kids, but to me that sounds like you want me to entertain your kids for an entire day every day till it's Saturday. And that is a big ball of semen. Hello. Oh my God, you're black and you're so tall. And nobody ever just calls child services. I mean, when the show is done, I would like that conversation that both parents have at the end. I'd just be like, look, I'm not gonna, beat around the bush. I'm calling child services the moment that I get back home. Your place was nasty. I thought that I found some cheese and I threw it away, but it wasn't cheese because it stuck to my hand. I don't know what that was. Could have been old semen. I don't know why semen keeps going through my mind. I'm having that kind of day, but it is still funny to me. Almost as funny as feces. I don't know why yesterday. I can't remember because I was really high. I can't remember. Oh, we're in a commercial, by the way. I can't remember if it really happened or if it was just in my mind, but my wife and I like to talk about the homeless dude on the upper, I believe, west side. It was some years ago, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. A homeless dude ran up on some unsuspecting woman and shoved poop down her pants, the back of her pants. That is still to this day perhaps the craziest, funniest thing I've ever heard. I believe that she has the worst PTSD, perhaps of anyone on the planet. She can't ever be approached from behind. She's probably got vertigo. I don't know how you live through something like that because you weren't doing anything. You were minding your business, and then somebody came. I don't know if it was his poop, animal poop, who knows. But he had fresh poop in his hands and shoved it. Like, not only are your underwear ruined, your pants are ruined, and she had on white pants that day. Your butt is dirty now. It might have gone into vagina country, which I think could get you very sick. I'm not sure. Oh my God, they're black. Even though they look very mixed, I know she's like, oh my God, it's a black family. I've been sitting in your filth for hours waiting for you to come home. I did my best not to clean anything, but you left a poop, so I flushed it. I'm sorry. Oh, you can keep walking in. I'm just watching Wife Swap. Mm-hmm. That was my wife giving me a look because she thought she was interrupting me. I mean, your house is going to be filthy when you come home. My wife doesn't clean per se, but she makes love to me, so I'm willing to overlook it. Oh, you're living in sin. Go on, go on. They were all black. Well, 39 of them. One of them Hispanic. Breakfast in bed.
What happened?
Oh no, I was screaming into the microphone. Serves her kids breakfast in bed. That's a damn good way to wake up. I think I got breakfast in bed when I was sick a couple times. Stallone. I can't hear that name without seeing Sylvester's face. I mean, both of the kids are a little chubby, but that boy definitely doesn't need to be served. He needs to be in the kitchen making a healthy breakfast for himself and probably running up and down the stairs while his eggs are cooking just to get some steps in. I mean, cleaning that lady's bathroom, not a big deal. The other lady cleaning your bathroom, she needs to be paid whatever janitors make. We all saw the log of shit in your toilet. Do put some gloves on. You don't know what you're touching. Yeah, that bathroom, Vietnam. I would not want to. Yeah, she doesn't even want to touch the bathroom. That's how nasty that place is. Is that a used condom? It probably wasn't, but that's how nasty their home is. I used to have a friend when I would go over to his house. I would stand in their tub to take a shower, but I wouldn't move. Even while I washed myself, my arms were crossed for fear of bumping into the wall or touching the shower curtain because they were moldy and ugh. I mean, everybody likes meat, but you gotta find a vegetable at some point and be an adult. You're making a mess and you're not cleaning up as you go. She started putting Windex on the floor. God, if she could see her home. Excuse me, sweetheart, are you homeless where you live? I don't want to be disrespectful, but you are gross, if I can say so. My daughter would stab you if she saw her kitchen looking like this. And now we can tell where her daughter gets her eyes from. Not so much intruding. You're nasty, and you haven't cleaned anything in 2 days. And that lady happens to keep her home immaculate. How I wish that little boy had just asked her, like, lady, why are you nasty? I don't think interesting is the word. I think that boy is going to hate you because he's not going to be allowed to play his Game Boy. I remember being that age. Although it's hard to tell what age that boy is because he's so fat. I think the switch to fruit will be easy. So I'm shocked to see that kid eating a Snapple, drinking a Snapple. Although he's so fat, eating a Snapple is what came to my mind. Feels good making fun of a little kid. I'll bet he freezes his milk so he can eat it. Huh? Ah, don't judge me. That kid's fat. Oh my god. You've got ants in your mother's dirty underwear. It means her spirit's connecting. That man's got a problem. She's crying because your home is nasty and your children are forced to live in it. But I know, underneath all that meditation crap, he knows he's disgusting. And it brought a grown woman to tears. That father looked offended. Wasn't offended that she broke down in tears because he's living nasty, but he was offended that his son was asked to flush a turd. How dare you? I love what comes out of my children. I like to stare at it, and I like to pee on it and break up the logs with my urine. That's how I do. By the way, we're in a commercial break, watching Optimum try to talk to people into buying their not great internet service. Optimum isn't the worst. And I do like that all around New York you can get free Wi-Fi that's not bad depending on where you are. Like I was in Midwood when I first moved to the city, and I was living in some family's living room, and I would use the Optimum free Wi-Fi to binge watch Game of Thrones because in the home, the Wi Fi signal wasn't great. The free Wi Fi was better. I hope that family's okay. It was a old Asian couple. Well, they weren't that old. The guy looked really old. Hard to tell, their ages, but the wife could have been anywhere between 15 and 33. But they had like two kids. I'm assuming they weren't doing great because they had to have a stranger come live in their living room. All right, we're back. And now it looks like it's time for the new rules. I mean, things have to go really poorly because it's black and white after everybody's little confessional. It makes me think Michael Myers is going to appear. He's so fat. And every time I look into his face, I think this is what happens when you let a kid eat only what they want to eat. No, I'm not going to have a fucking salad. Now go get me my Reese's Pieces. You can't make somebody meditate. What you can make me do is sit still and close my eyes. My sister can do that. And we're going to call an exterminator. Kind of really isn't fair because the parents signed up for this experiment. The children really didn't get a say, though they don't ever really get a say. I don't want to do that stuff. You're not going to pick up your clothes. That's right. Start spanking those kids. I mean, for shame. But I guess it's better that she's a little like her mother. Neat freak. Commercial break again. I remember when Hulu used to be free. And when it was free, the commercials made sense. What didn't make sense was when they started making you pay. Like, you can't just go to Hulu.com anymore. And I hadn't tried in a really long time. But one day I was like, I'm going to go to Hulu.com and see what kind of free content they still have up. They don't. At some point, they stopped being Hulu.com. Like, notice they don't call it Hulu Plus anymore. Used to be called Hulu Plus. Because it's just Hulu now. There is no free. And it's interesting. They did that whole thing like a drug deal. They gave us a taste for a few years. And then they were like, oh, here's Hulu Plus. Now you can watch full seasons. And then they snatched the carpet away and like everything stayed like a magician. Nobody's even gonna know. Just like when MTV stopped being music television. Took years for people to realize it no longer said music television under the M. I wish that man would get mugged, but instead of taking his money, they would just walk him into a barber shop. A stickler for time. Your children are going to be late to school. Oh, I thought he was letting him go to school with the do-rag on, and I was like, that's very weird for a kid who meditates. Looking like a cherub. And yes, I'm going to talk shit about this fat kid the entire episode. Shame on him. Shame on his family. He's probably a full-grown fat man by now, though. Or he turned into a beautiful swan. We're a CPA, Mr. Meat? Or an accountant? I don't know if you have to be a CPA to be an accountant. But you can tell by the way that he has his phone on his hip. He's someone who sits in front of a calculator of some kind. Why aren't you serving them breakfast in bed? Those kids do not look like the kids of two nasty meditating parents. They look like normal little children, which is odd. Now he's going to be really mad and throw a fat tantrum. Fatrum. Fantrum. We're going with Fantrum. You shouldn't have told him they weren't chicken. You let that kid eat it and go, oh, not bad, good, because it's not chicken. He's gonna eat eventually. Just let him come to the food. Oh. Well, I think the family won't mind so much. Somebody teach that kid to chew with his mouth closed. Oh, she doesn't even know that, so never mind. You're not going to write the recipe down because you're a vegetarian. Most ziti I have had has meat in it. I know it could just be cheese and sauce. Mung beans. That sounds nasty. And he is too old to be acting like that towards broccoli. Hold your nose. He's the kind of kid, and I never liked when people put cheese on broccoli because I like broccoli. But he's the kind of kid who would have to down everything with cheese. I'm gonna go shit my pants. I just ate a thing of broccoli and I'm so mad. Shame on her, because she doesn't look like a woman whose house is nasty and riddled with ants. She looks like a normal person. Yeah, because her mom's gonna come back and go ballistic. I'll play later. I have to clean. One of us has to clean. That's a long week. Nothing but homework and cleaning. And they got a big dog, so yeah, there probably is hair all over the place. Plus, there's that fat kid. He's probably shedding like crazy. I mean, that bathroom probably is nasty. I'll bet that fat kid shits for 20 minutes at a time. And he never stops shitting the entire time. Like, he's playing or he's reading a book, but he's shitting. Like that unicorn in the Squatty Potty commercial. Look at him. You know he does. You go in there, it's like chasing behind a 75-year-old who just came out of the bathroom. It smells like the Great Depression. And that lady looks like she hasn't slept in 2 weeks. Yeah, and he didn't agree, but good for you, Dad, sticking up for that nasty woman. See, that's a nasty woman. Trump was using it all wrong. That lady's disgusting. Oh, we're in another commercial break. I was getting ready to comment on this guitar-shaped hotel that is... I can't tell if this is Vegas that they're advertising. I'm guessing not, because they keep showing this one guitar-shaped building. Discover your rhythm at the Hard Rock in Hollywood, Florida. Not Hollywood, California. By the way, if I didn't mention it earlier, stay out of Florida. I mean, I know that you could say that at any point in time in the last 20 years, but it's bad down there. They're not people. It's like aliens who have figured out how to mimic our look, but they haven't gotten the rules of our society. Which would make a lot of sense. Like, Florida might just be full of aliens, and that's why they don't want to take the vaccine, because anything could be in there, and they don't know how to respond with, whatever makes up their bodies. I don't know if you can force a kid to watch TV. Excuse me. I don't really watch TV. Well, just try, okay? Keep flipping through the channels and you'll find something. I promise. But what you can do is take a walk around the neighborhood and make a friend. Maybe play some football and run. I mean, he needs to be playing outside. You are a fat little boy. Go play outside. I'm sorry. He's not like the fattest kid in the world, but I just keep, like, if I had to give him a book, it would be a book that had to deal with either his weight or exercise or a diet. Like, I wouldn't just give him anything that had to do with the fact that he wasn't fat. It would be everything I did for the second week. Oh, maybe we should go get some shoes. What kind of shoes are you thinking? I don't know, some walking shoes for you or running shoes? Which do you prefer? Maybe some soccer cleats. They run a lot. And yet you're whispering. And I think she did tattoo around her eyes. Like, I don't think that's eyeliner. I think she and her mother are crazy people who permanently did that to their face. She's got like some new stereotypes that nobody else has or will understand. Yeah, I stayed with a black family once. All they did was sit around and meditate. Lazy do nothings. They were nasty too. Why is he wearing his shoes in the house? Oh, Dad's doing it too. You people are savages. Holocaust, but interesting pronunciation. And why would you make him read about the Holocaust? What's he, 9 years old? And he could be reading a book about a good diet. Or a book about, like, oh, this tale of the fat swan. Like, I would give him a book about some sad fat thing and then just sit there and stare at him while he read it. And if you're anything like your father, you're going to be hairy. God, the future can't be kind for you. That's right, you got another 20. And give me 20 push ups now. Actually, 20 sit ups. And then 20 stairs. Do slam my door or I'll slam your penis in it. That's right, I'm that father. You don't. And if I ever see you again, I'm fucking you up on sight. Just know that. We're in another commercial break. I do believe that this is some kind of Kentucky Fried Chicken commercial. Because they blurred out Ronald McDonald, who I miss dearly. Do you know, in case anybody doesn't realize, Ronald McDonald is no longer used as a mascot solely because of the fact that there were some creepy clowns like 5 or 6 years ago walking around, not killing anyone, but the creepy clowns that were walking around and getting reported on by the media are the reason that McDonald's no longer uses Ronald McDonald. What the fuck kind of world are we living in? I mean, you stayed at a nasty house for 2 weeks. I'll give you credit. That's nasty. I wouldn't even take my shoes off in that place. And he is so excited. Get the fuck out. I got my Game Boy back. That's like when a teacher comes back and the class is sad. Although I'm sure both families will be happy to get their parents back. But the parents leaving, like, yeah, you get out. Don't you ever come back. Don't send us a Christmas card. I never want to see or hear from you again. It was so disgusting. I just want to cook meat for you and serve our children breakfast in bed. Because you have ants. Your husband wouldn't call an exterminator. I talked to him about it multiple times a day. I burst into tears because of how nasty you are. I'm happy to have my wife back. I've missed meat. I feel like I've lost a couple of pounds. I don't like it. She's not listening. That's the face of somebody who's just thinking about slapping you. I didn't take anything away from this. I just want to get home and clean our house just for the fun of it, even if it's already cleaned. Hello, children, get out of my way. I need to get the mop. Oh my God. She looks like she just got out of prison. Like, that's how people greet people when they were wrongly imprisoned and got freed after 20 years. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Yeah, that's me. Anything's been touched, moved, anything, I notice right away. Oh, she got a little hairdo. Hired a house cleaner. I mean, you're still nasty, but that's better. At least it's presentable if you ever have company. Another advertisement. Oh, never mind. Hulu spared me. What's crazy is I have like a limited ads Hulu, but as you can see, limited means nothing because they hit me with ads all the time. And one day you're going to get your eyes tattooed. Yeah, because a woman told you how nasty your home was. Yeah. And look at his hair. Why he wants to keep hair, I have no idea. You're bald, sir. See, looking at this kind of implies that the poet's getting money. How are you hiring cleaners? Why was your home so nasty if you had money enough to hire a cleaner? Like, you can't cut your hair for our wedding? You ridiculous looking man. All right. Hope everybody enjoyed that episode of Wife Swap. I promise. The next episode, if not the second one, will be just random bizarreness. But I just wanted to touch base. I don't like it when a week goes by when I haven't had a chance to be in your ears. We'll do this again soon. Pieces.